Welcome to paradise. It's moments like this where I put down the controller and just soak it all in. I could definitely retire here. Put a little cabin over there. I think we could even open up a meditation spa with this heavenly crescendo. We could call it something like Touch of Toshara. Today we're gonna get wet and wild while we whittle our way through waterfalls with Shapelab Max. So buckle up. Everything I'm doing today was done and recorded on the standalone version. I'm going to show you the fundamentals of approaching your own waterfall scenery. We're going to be keeping our polygon counts as low as possible, like the other videos. We want things to be as simple as possible and running smooth on your headset. If you're on PC, RAM, gold, and silver at all-time highs, so go for broke and melt that GPU. We're going to make simple waterfalls in VR that you can 3D print using two different methods. That's why this is so fun. There are so many ways to do the same thing, and the result will always look new and unique. There is no best way, there's only your way. And you really get that feeling with VR. Bring up the scene mode and create a cube. Use the sliders to stretch it in any direction you want. Switch to poly mode and attach 2 more cube stamps so you make a U shape. This is the top of your waterfall. Now change the shape and angle of your cube stamp and start adding more cubes randomly. Have fun with it. Congratulations, you have made a mess. Now turn on wireframe to witness what you have created. In poly mode, choose the regularize tool, turn on edit connected surfaces. Use the right joystick to increase or decrease the triangle polygon shapes you will apply. Bigger means less detail. After you regularize, smooth out little pockets and gaps. Let's make some rocky cuts. Choose the cube stamp again. Invert it with the B button on your right controller. Start cutting away to add subtractive details. I'm really liking the edges and faces that are emerging here. The move tool can help create some smooth, rocky variations for you. Experiment with the other move tool shapes. Congrats! I have tricked you into making a bigger mess.
You're kidding! You're actually kidding me! What is that?
It's just missing the water. In scene mode, add a new sphere shape at the top. Use the move tool to... We can... Maybe try pulling... Push and pull the sphere so that it covers the middle area of your waterfall and pulls at the bottom. Push the middle area inward so that the rocks start to appear in the middle. Clean up the top end with your chopping block. Use the crease tool and the Starburst Alpha mask to give your water some movement. Douse it in blue paint. Use the paintbrush to add lighter blue highlights. Make small adjustments to the water or the rocks so that the water follows a natural path within the boundaries of the rocks. Regularize brush any sharp areas and add some moss with 2 shades of green. Continue to adjust the path of the water or the height of your rocks. Now go back in and add some white water rapid highlights. This is where water is hitting rocks underneath or bumping into the edges. Try using the standard tool with the reptile skin mask for added bubbly effect. Watch how great it works at the top of this waterfall. Now add some paint to the rapids. Not bad for a first run. If you join the water and the cliff together, you can use a big cube to chop off the bottom. Let's add a base in scene mode. Select the templates tab and choose a pre-made stamp base. I like the square one. Make it really pop by adding more movement. Use the move tool with the reptile mask to create more rapids at the bottom. Paint it white. Now turn off the reptile alpha mask and gently pull on the water several times so it spills a little over the front. Pretty cool, huh? Movement makes your art come alive in the eyes of the viewer. What did I do to the ugly backside? I added and joined a cube shape and pulled its sides to where it needed to fill in. This will help balance the whole thing out if we decide to 3D print it. Not bad for a low poly model. Now, about that meditation spa. Feeling relaxed? Me too. Now let's shift gears and use a different method. We have been focusing on Shapelab's polygon-based modeling, which maps out 2D faces in 3D space that allows even the standalone headset version to tackle a decently detailed model all at once. Voxels are three-dimensional cubes, kind of like marshmallows, in your 3D modeling app that allow you to pop solid shapes into the air, and the power of that is you can approach your sculpts like you're spraying shaving cream in the air or carving them from an actual piece of cheese. I mean clay. This frees up your mind to scribble whatever you want in space, and whittle it down like you would in the real world. You no longer have to worry about shapes and their polygons interacting nicely while you're sculpting.
God damn.
The good news is, the team at Shapelab have recently included the voxel approach in the standalone version that you can use to supplement your polygon-based sculpts and can easily convert those shapes into polygon format and vice versa. We're going to make another waterfall this time with voxels. Bring up the scene mode. Select Draw Voxel Object. Now pull the trigger and watch that snake wiggle through the air. Whoa, look out! Bring up the menu again, and this time select the block voxel brush. Make the same blocky U-shaped top of the waterfall like we did before. Play around with the size using the right joystick and holding the trigger. Whee! Now make your jagged waterfall face. Invert your tool with the B button and smoothly carve away some of the areas where the water is going to flow. See how easy it is to make rocky, organic terrain with voxels? Click the right joystick to bring up the context menu. Select the Object Conversion tab. Now click on Convert to Polymesh. Click on your model and turn on Wireframe. See how amazing it looks? Let's hydrate these rocks. Create another voxel object. Choose whatever shape brush you want. Now squeeze a path for water to flow between those rock faces while varying the size with the joystick. Add a bubbly bottom. Convert the water to a polymesh like you did with the rocks. Slap a base coat of paint on your water and your rocks. I added a little pool of water here and had it spill into the bubbling base below, just to make things a little more interesting. Make small adjustments to the rocks and water, making sure the water stays between them. Add some sphere stamps on the rocks where the water hits, then increase the polygon count with the regularize tool. Some light brown highlights on the rocks. Carve out some streams of water with the standard increase tools. Give a little tug here and there to give it that cascading effect. Now let's make this water look more watery. In the paint tool, decrease the roughness of the paint until you see a little shine in the preview. Then douse it in your color of choice. See the difference? You can decrease the opacity of your paint and add some light blue streaks. Then add more white highlights. Strangely, this is my favorite part. Fill in the backside with a simple shape. Choose a base stamp if you want. I chose a hexahedron. I'm pulling the water over the base again. I think it looks cool. Regularize the sharp edges and smooth it over. Get that final flow of water to really pop with the move tool. Good enough. I think it looks pretty interesting for another low poly model. What do you think? Which low poly waterfall would you retire next to? While you think about it, check out these other Shapelab VR modeling tutorials. There's a Mario and a Kirby in there somewhere.